everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Sandy Esprit, and today we're tackling a topic that is especially important during the holiday season while I'm giving y'all a get ready with me tutorial. Starting off with the Smashbox Smooth and Blur primer to smooth out the canvas. We're just gonna go ahead and talk about setting boundaries, so let's go in there. Now, the holidays is a whirlwind of events, gatherings, and expectations, and it's really easy to get caught up, but setting boundaries is super crucial. Now, next I'm going to be using the Minimalist. This is like a 2-in-1 foundation, but I use it as a concealer, not so much as a foundation and concealer. And you can see all the placements there. Now, back to setting boundaries. It's super crucial to maintain your sanity, and it's okay to prioritize your well-being. The first thing you want to do when it comes to setting your boundaries is to take a moment to identify your triggers. What aspects of the holidays stress you out? And for some of us, like myself, we are learning this as we go along because, I didn't grow up celebrating Christmas, and now I'm thrown into the whole holiday thing, and I'm learning what my triggers are on the job. Now, I'm using the Sephora Collection Waterproof Eyebrow Pencil to do my brows after putting the concealer in all the areas that I wanted to. Now, once you know your stressors, you can go and establish boundaries that protect your mental and emotional health. And that's very, very important. You don't want to ever compromise your mental and emotional health for somebody else's desires and wants. The other things you want to do is to learn how to say no with grace. No is a complete sentence. No is a complete sentence, but it can be challenging to say no during the festive season, especially when it comes down to family and our loved ones. We're all talking about the spirit of giving and the spirit of self-sacrifice, and sometimes saying no can feel like you're about to enter a war zone. But it's a powerful tool for setting boundaries. Now, there is a way to say no, and learning to say no with grace and without guilt, without shame, because your time and energy is valuable. So you want to spend it wisely. You don't want to stretch yourself out thin. Just because it seems like you should doesn't mean that you should. Just because you quote unquote have time doesn't mean you actually have time. You need to set aside time for yourself. You need to have that moment where you can just relax and unwind and recoup, to journal. It's super important, or even to do your makeup. Listen, like, I'm a mom of 3. There are certain things that I'm just not gonna be able to do. My sleep is valuable. My mental health is valuable. I'm applying more of that concealer on top and below the eyebrow. Next, I'm going to use the LYS Bronzing Stick Cream. I love how easy it blends, and I'm applying it on the cheekbone, like right underneath the cheekbone, the temple area of my face, the sides of my nose, and really just contouring my nose with the bronzing stick, as well as like sculpting it. I don't know why I had an issue saying that. Notice I haven't blended anything out yet. I'm just laying down the base using the under painting technique, and now after I've applied the bronzer, I'm gonna go ahead and blend that out. We don't want any harsh lines. Again, this is just under painting, so it doesn't need to be super neat, but I like it to blend before applying the other stuff. So now back to boundaries and saying no. Communication is definitely key. Nobody knows what you're thinking or what your intent is unless you communicate it properly. And I'm not talking about like where the context is super obvious. This is not what we're talking about here. We're not talking about, where it's obvious or it's spoken before, but you do need to speak up for yourself. You have to be, first and foremost, your biggest advocate. Like, no, like I said previously, is a complete sentence. I want is another complete sentence. I need. Can you help me? I am tired. I am hungry. Communicating your needs and your wants is super crucial, because once it's communicated, then it's really up to the other person to choose what they will make of that information. And listen, like, I get it. Sometimes people will try to guilt you into doing stuff. They will come back and ask again and again and again and again, try to wear you down until the only answer that comes out is yes. I know one thing that's been very popular lately is weaponized incompetence, and that's where somebody that you rely on or should be able to rely on decides that they are going to do whatever it is that you need of them to do the wrong way, or do it in such a way that makes you never want to ask them again. You know, they appear to be incompetent when in fact it's just a matter of them not wanting to be there for you. And if you have those people around in your life, I suggest cutting them out. Especially if you guys are not, like, I'm talking about, like, if you're in a relationship and it's not that serious, they probably not going to change. So you have to communicate that. Communicate your expectations. Communication is key. Let them know what you're comfortable with and what you need to prioritize to make the holidays enjoyable for everyone. And that may mean that they will have to pull their weight. It may mean that you are going to now have to let go of the control. And I'm not talking about, like, let go of control if they're doing the thing wrong, or if they're doing it in a way that forces you to pick up the slack. And I think we all know what I mean by this. But you have to let them know, communicate that. Not just with the person not just with the people that you are living with, but even the people that you work with. Now, this is for my foundation, I am using the Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place foundation. And now that I have blended out my concealer and my bronzer, I'm going to apply this dot method. Every time I use this, I'm like, I should have bought the pump for $14. And I thought I was saving money, but it's actually, I did save $14, but you know, it's more of a hassle to do the dot foundation, and it gets a little messy. But I mean, it is what it is, and it's helpful to disperse the product as best as possible. Now, I got a bit on my brows. We're gonna fix that and touch that up later. But I used, like, I guess 3 dots of foundation. I love this foundation. It is amazing. Using a powder brush, stipple the product into my face before I blend it out. Now, if you hear a baby, I apologize. It's my little one. I'm a stay-at-home mom, so you're going to hear the kids in the background from time to time. Now, one of the other things that I wanted to talk about was carving out me time. I am a huge advocate for self-care, for self-love, for taking time out to really reconnect with yourself. For me personally, it is journaling. It is creating content that I am passionate about, that I love, which is, for me, beauty, hair care. That's what allows me to be me. I am not the type to, like, go out or anything like that. I'm a homebody, but I love makeup. I love to talk about makeup. And so carving out some me time in the midst of the holiday chaos is crucial. It is important. And I'm not talking about scrolling on TikTok till you fall asleep. I'm actually talking about having a quiet moment, whether it is with a book or whether you go out for a walk. You have to make space for activities that you like. Now, after I finish setting in my foundation, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand from the Glowgasm collection. This is shade Pinkgasm, and I'm using it as a highlighter. Sometimes I use it as a blush. Like, yes, I know it's light, I know it's sheer, but I really love that soft, frosty pink glow that it gives on my face. It's really, I really like it. I love the finish, and I'm using some on my eyelids as well. And whatever the excess is, I use it on the bridge of my nose. And then I'm gonna use, this is the LYS Satin Matte cream blush off of their Higher Standards line. They came out with it last year, and so I don't believe this shade is available anymore. All the products that I am using, by the way, is going to be listed in the captions below. But back to self-care. If you don't have time, if you're living a life where you don't have time to have a dance party like I am right now in my own bathroom as I'm getting ready. I think I was listening to Better Place. But if you don't have the time to even have a dance party where you just, you know, dance your heart out, sing your heart out by yourself, you need to reevaluate what you're saying yes to. Now, this is a Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Filter, and I'm going to apply the MAC Stack Mascara with the micro brush. One of the hacks that I do is I don't wear eyeliner much, but in order to have that dark, you know, liner effect, I will wiggle the mascara at the base of the lashes and then wiggle all the way out and then go back over it, fanning out the back there. And then for my bottom lashes, because they're long, I tend to just touch them. I don't really you know, do a bunch of coats like I would the top lash. And you can see, like, even at the end there, my bottom lash, like in the corner, has already been touched. My lashes are long, so they do end up touching the eyelid. So it doesn't get, like, it honestly doesn't show up once you're far away. I mean, if you're so close that you can see it with them little tiny dots, you too close. You're in my bubble. Boundaries. See? So that's what I'm doing there. So yeah, setting boundaries, honestly, it's not about excluding yourself or isolating yourself or creating enemies, okay? It's really about your self-care. Now, this is the NYX Matte Suede Lip Liner shade Cold Brew. It is my favorite. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips all around, and I believe I'm going to be doing a bit of overlining at the top there. I really wanted to create a very nice soft nude lip. Oh no, I did not overline this time. So I'm not overlining. I'm keeping everything within the boundaries of my lips. I'm going to be saying boundaries a lot. You got to set some boundaries. I get it. I'm a former people pleaser. We want to make everybody happy because we feel as though if they're happy, we'll be happy, but at what cost? Whose peace are you keeping? I mean, I saw a quote that said, I wanted to keep the peace until I realized whose peace I was keeping. And if you're not keeping your peace, that's the wrong peace. Wrong peace, okay? So setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about creating a holiday experience that aligns with your values and your well-being. Now, this is a Charlotte Tilbury pillowcase. I love that lipstick, that dusty pink. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Remember, a well-balanced you contributes to a more joyful celebration for everyone. And if you found these tips helpful, give this video please a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and share your thoughts in the comments below. And I would like to hear from you. How do you set the boundaries during the holidays? All right, I want to hear your strategies. So this is the whole look. Don't forget to subscribe and that notification bell too, so that you don't miss another video. And until next time, don't forget to take care of yourselves and have a fantastic holiday season. Ciao for now.